about Cyclospora cayetanensis that's been found in some of the food from McDonald's. Also, it was found last week in Dole fresh vegetables. Cyclosporiasis is an intestinal infection that's passed by fecally contaminated food, either by water that is contaminated with the protozoan parasite, or by human hands that are contaminated with fecal matter, or even with the water that's contaminated with the organism. The good news is Cyclospora cayetanensis, cyclosporiasis is what it causes, will not kill you, but the bad news is you have 2 to 4 weeks of diarrhea and bloating and gas and things of that nature, unpleasant sorts of things to look forward to if you are untreated. And if you are immunocompromised, get into a hospital and emergency room right away, because you need to have some other treatments then. But there are some treatments for regular non-immunocompromised people that will lessen severity of symptoms and lessen the duration of the disease. I think maybe we should call it Ronald's disease, since they found it now at McDonald's in the fresh salads. But perhaps we could call it Trump's disease, since Trump is a clown, but also because Trump administration has been responsible for lowering the standards and allowing people to get away with things that they would never have gotten away before that threaten human health. Again, it's mostly occurred in the Midwest at McDonald's here and some East Coast locations. And again, washing veggies in the usual way, if you have veggies yourself that you've gotten from Dole, which is the company that has distributed these vegetables. Dole veggies, if you wash them, will usually not, it won't benefit much. You need to wash them in a different way. You need to wash them with hydrogen peroxide, which is pretty cheap. Now, quality assurance always says the best way to deal with this kind of thing is, when in doubt, throw it out. But if you are at the end of your food budget already for the month, and you feel like you need to take the chance of eating these veggies, then wash them with hydrogen peroxide. It's cheap. You can find it fairly cheaply, especially like at Walmart for 88 cents a quart. And if you leave the veggies exposed to the hydrogen peroxide for about 20 to 30 seconds, there shouldn't be any problem from the protozoan parasite causing any problems for you. Cyclospora cayetanensis, by the way, is a protozoan. I've already mentioned that. It causes an intestinal disease in humans, and it's been known to cause it in other primates as well. It's been linked in the United States, again, to the fecally contaminated imported produce. It was virtually unknown before 1990. It's been on the rise since, and again, part of that is just from the lack of knowledge that people have, and the fact that some rules have been discounted or lessened for consumer protection. Usually the health risk is confined to adults who are affected by it because they consume the veggies, but it can also be in children, of course. Now, again, as long as you're not immunocompromised, you probably don't have much to worry about, except for the fact that you'll have 2 to 4 weeks of unpleasantness, diarrhea and bloating and gas and those sorts of things. It's very similar in symptomology to Giardia intestinalis, which is something that's been common for a long time, and it hit my area, the Des Moines area, very hard after the floods of '93 when people were going in to clean up. It is a little resistant. Its spores are a little resistant too, and consequently, if you splashed flood water containing Giardia spores into coffee or something like that, you might drink that and then you end up with giardiasis. A lot of people did. This is the same sort of thing that can happen with Cyclospora cayetanensis. So again, I'm just telling you, don't get terribly concerned, but if you have the choice, if you can afford to throw any veggies away that might possibly be contaminated with this organism. Thank you. Have a good day. Hope you all are safe and well, and you are going to be able to manage to eat things that are safe for you.